Here, friction in inclined plane. There is a block of mass m. It is placed on the rough inclined plane, which makes an angle theta from the horizontal. Now, if you see here how many forces are acting on the body, so one is its weight mg acting vertically downward, and other is the normal reactionary force R. Is there any third force also on the body? So yes, there is a third force also. And what is that third force? That third force is force of friction. But you can say that there is no external force. And since there is no external force, therefore there should be no this force of friction. There should be no static force of friction. But if you see here, if you resolve mg along the incline and normal to the incline. So since this angle is theta, therefore this angle will also be theta. So what will be the normal component? Mg cos theta. This component is acting normal to the inclined plane, while mg sin theta is acting along the inclined plane. What will happen? Mg cos theta will balance to the normal reaction, that is R will be equal to mg cos theta, while mg sin theta will tend to incline, will tend to block, will tend to move the block in downward direction. Mg sin theta will tend to move the block in downward direction. What will be the tendency of this mg sin theta? It will try to bring the block in downward direction. So what will happen? Since it is tending to move the block in downward direction, therefore static frictional force will be developed. It is clear? What will be its value? What will be its value as long as block is at rest? As long as block is at rest, what will be its value? Its value will be equal to this value. Its value will be equal to this value. But if you keep on increasing the value of theta, if you keep on increasing the value of theta, what will happen? Sin theta will increase. And when sin theta will increase, this force will also increase. This force will also increase. You can see here. When you are increasing theta, when you are increasing this angle of incline, you are making more and more. You are changing the angle. It's clear. So see here, when theta is increasing, sin theta will also increase. Therefore, mg sin theta will increase. And when mg sin theta will increase, what will happen? At one stage, it will overcome to its maximum value. At one stage, it will overcome to its maximum value. And it will come into the limiting equilibrium, means it is just going to move down. It is in limiting equilibrium, that is, it is just going to move down. So that angle of the incline is called the angle of repose. What is the angle of repose? What is the angle of repose? It is that angle which incline makes from the horizontal. It is that angle which incline makes from the horizontal, at which block just begins to move down. Block just begins to move down. It is clear? So see here. Here you can see in limiting what is the angle of repose. I am writing here. Angle of repose. It is that angle which inclined plane makes from horizontal. Horizontal. At which block placed on incline just begins to move. On incline. This angle is called the angle of repose. It is clear? Now see here, in limiting equilibrium. Now one more thing, when theta will increase, you can see here, when theta will increase, this theta will increase, mg sin theta increases, but mg cos theta, it will decrease. Mg cos theta will decrease, and therefore normal reaction R will also be changed. Normal reaction R will also be changed. Means you can see here, when the block is placed on the level here this way, what will be the R? R will be equal to mg. Here normal reaction will be equal to mg. But as you increasing, as you tilting more and more, what will happen? The value of R will decrease. Normal reaction will decrease. It's clear? So in limiting equilibrium, R will be equal to mg cos theta. And what will be the limiting friction F? It will be equal to mg sin theta. Limiting friction F will be equal to mg sin theta. Friction F equals to mg sin theta. But you know that F equals to what? Mu s into R. This we know from the law of friction. Therefore, what will be? Mu s into R is how much? Mg cos theta. And what is F from here? Mg sin theta. So Mg and Mg cancel. From here, you have written here in place of F mg sin theta, and here R you have substituted. So sin theta equals to this. So sin theta upon cos theta, it is equal to mu s. That is mu s equals to tan theta. And theta is what here? Angle of repose. Angle of repose. Now, if you increase the angle of repose, suppose this is the angle of repose. If you increase this angle, what will happen? The motion of block will become accelerated. And why it will become accelerated? Because now mg sin theta will be increased, but F will remain same. It's clear. So that's why I'm denoting here angle of repose by the symbol theta s. So tan theta s. So theta s is what? Angle of repose. So see here, one more thing. When angle of inclination of inclined plane becomes more than angle of inclination of inclined plane theta becomes more than the angle of repose theta s, then motion of block placed on inclined plane inclined plane will be accelerated. Will be accelerated. This motion will become accelerated. It's clear? And what will be the acceleration? How will you find that acceleration? So that I am going to show you. Here, this angle theta is more than theta s. And what is the maximum value of the force of friction? That you can see here. Maximum value of force of friction will be equal to this. This is the limiting friction. This is the limiting friction, where theta is its angle of repulsion. Now you can see here mg is acting vertically downward. This is the normal reactionary force R. Now on resolving mg into two components, this angle is theta, so this is mg cos theta, and this angle will become mg sin theta. And here there will be a force of friction, which is equal to mg cos theta s, mg sin theta s. It's clear? Here now it will be mg sin theta s. Why? Because the angle of inclination has become more than angle of repulsion. So it cannot increase beyond this value. So what will be the net force acting on the block? Net force acting on block body. You can see what will be the net force. Mg sin theta is bigger, this is smaller, therefore it will be mg sin theta minus mg sin theta s. So what will be acceleration? Acceleration equals to F net upon mass. What is F net? M you can take out common. G sin theta minus G sin theta s. Here I have made one mistake. Now see here. Here what will be its maximum value? It is mg sin theta s. It's clear. This is also correct, but you see in other form. Its maximum value is mg sin theta s. Now, what will be the other value of this? Mu into r. And what is mu into r? It is mu into mg cos theta. Mu into mg cos theta. See here. Here I have shown mg sin theta s is equal to mu into mg cos theta. It's clear? So see here. Because f equals to mu into r. And r is what? Mg cos theta. So see here, I will take only in this angle. So what will be F net? F net will be equal to mg sin theta minus mu into r. That is equals to mg sin theta minus mu into mg cos theta. Now you take out mg common. So it will be what? Sin theta minus mu cos theta. This is F net. So acceleration of body equals to F net upon mass. So it will be equal to mg within bracket sin theta minus mu cos theta divided by m. M and m cancel. So what will be A? G within bracket sin theta minus mu cos theta. This is the formula. But this will be applicable only when theta is greater than theta s. Theta is greater than theta s. What will be mu here? You can see already you have deduced that mu equals to tan theta s. Mu equals to tan theta s. It's clear? Now you see the questions. First you see questions. Now all of you open your book, and here there is a question number 7. Question number 7. A block placed on a rough inclined plane of length 4 meters just begins to slide down when the upper end of the plane is 1 meter high from the ground. This is ground. It's clear. And this is the inclined plane. Its length is given 4 meters. Here, this length is given 4 meters. And this height is given how much? 1 meter. It is given in the question that when it is at upper end of the inclined plane is at 1 meter height from the ground, then block which is just placed here begins to slide. It will just begins to slide. Means this will be the angle of repose. This will be the angle of repose. It's clear? This will be angle of repose when it is 4:1. When inclination is 4:1, it is just begin to slide. Calculate the coefficient of static friction. So see here, what will be the coefficient of static friction? Static friction. So as we know that mu s equals to tan theta s. Now you find out this value. What will be this value? It will be equal to 4 square minus 1 square. 16 minus 1 equals to root 15. It's clear? So what will be tan theta is from here? 1 upon root 15. And when you will evaluate it by using calculator, it will come out 0.258. 0.258. It's clear? So calculation I am not showing here. Now after this you see question number 8. A block rests on a plane of variable inclination. Variable inclination means this angle can be changed. This angle can be changed. Find the incline of the plane with the horizontal at which the block just slides down. Coefficient of friction is given mu s equals to 1 upon root 3. In this question, it has been asked that at which incline, at which angle the block placed over it just begins to slide. Means you have to find angle of repose. It's clear? Angle of incline at which block placed over it just begins to slide is called angle of repose. It is called angle of repose. This angle is called the angle of repose. So see here, what will be mu s here? Mu s equals to tan theta s equals to 1 upon root 3. So for which angle tan is 1 upon root 3? 30 degree. So theta s equals to 30 degree. So answer will be 30 degree. Now after this you can see another question, question number 9. Question number 9 and 10 are of same type. A block of mass 0.05 kg is placed on a rough 15-degree inclined plane, slides down without acceleration. See here, when it is given, this angle is 15 degree, it is sliding down without acceleration, means it is in limiting equilibrium. It is in limiting equilibrium. So see here, when angle of incline is 15 degree, block just slide without acceleration. Therefore, block is in limiting equilibrium. Limiting equilibrium. And it is in limiting equilibrium, therefore theta s equals to tan-15 degree. Theta s will be equal to 15 degree. And theta s equals to 15 degrees. So what will be mu or mu s? Because already I have told there is no need to keep any difference between mu and mu s, mu k and mu s, unless it is stated in the question. Unless it is stated in the question. So tan theta s equals to tan-15 degree. So this value we can find. Now here, what would be the acceleration of the block if the inclination is increased to 30 degree? Now if in place of 15, we make the inclination 30, then what will be the acceleration? That you have to find. Acceleration when inclination is made 30 degree. So already you have found one formula. A equals to G within bracket sine theta minus mu s cos theta. What is theta here? 30 degree. So you put the value 9.8 sine 30 degree minus mu s is tan-15 degree into cos 30 degree. So this you can evaluate. That I am not doing. It's clear that you can evaluate. Now you can see in your book, we will not do these things. Tomorrow I will do some more numericals, but here now this chapter is almost finished. You will see, you will do this thing by your own. Types of kinetic friction. Rolling friction, during the rolling of the ball, there will be the rolling friction, and during sliding, there will be sliding friction. What is sliding, what is rolling, that you know. It's clear. If suppose this is moving this way, then it means it is sliding. And if it is moving this way, then it means it is rolling. It's clear, so that you can read. Types of kinetic friction that you will do by your own. There is nothing in this. Rolling friction here. Then after that, these things are not required. Motion along a rough inclined plane. Already I have told. This part I have told. A part I have told. It's clear. But other things are not required. This page, these are not required at all. Here not required. We will directly do in the questions. Pulling and pushing of the roller. Why pulling is easier and pushing is difficult, that you can see here. You can find the expression, you will get. Here you will get during the pulling, frictional force is this. While during the pushing, frictional force is this. So here frictional force is more and here it is less. That's why pulling is easier and pushing is not easier. Then friction is a necessary evil. Necessary evil means it is necessary as well as since it causes the loss of energy, therefore it is an evil also. It's clear? It is necessary. Why it is necessary? Because without friction, motion is not possible. Motion is possible only because of the friction. If there is no friction, there will be no motion. It's clear? So that's why it is a necessary evil. It is a non-conservative force. In next chapter, I will told you that what is conservative and non-conservative forces. Then methods of reducing friction that you will do by your own. There is nothing. It is self-explanatory. So this thing I will not tell. So now tomorrow I will do some more numericals.